Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Irina and I don't look like this every single day, okay? It just so happens that it's Halloween today and I've been having some classes with some students and the look, it kind of had to be there. So yeah, I also kind of thought to myself, well, Halloween, this could be a perfect date to actually start the channel. So as you can see, this channel is mainly for us to kind of discuss different, let's say, topics concerning magic, manifestation, and spirituality. I kind of envision this to be a place where we can maybe also do like a little bit of tarot readings because I am a professional tarot card reader, so why not? Why not include on occasion a couple of pick a card videos? But yeah, mostly I envision this channel to be the place where we can talk about things that are related to magic and spirituality. As you can see, this is Faust. This is my cat. I have two cats. So yeah, we will also be joined by this little guy and his brother on occasion. So I wanted to start off this whole journey with me basically discussing something that I think is not discussed enough. Oh, baby. No, baby. So something that is not discussed enough, and I think it should be, or at least it is kind of discussed, but not necessarily using these words, so this terminology, and that is skepticism. And why I think that skepticism is important in the field of spiritual and especially magical. So if this is something that interests you, then please stay around. And yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it. So, skepticism. First, it might seem a bit counterintuitive, like mentioning the importance of skepticism when we're talking about manifesting, spirituality, magic, because like all of those things actually rely on us deeply, honestly, truly believing that something is true or that something will, let's say, happen for us. However, I will maybe give you like a different viewpoint of this. Feel free to agree or disagree, comment, tell me how you see all of these things. So, yes, essentially for all of these things, so I'm just gonna say spirituality and magic. So for spirituality and magic, in order for these things to work, of course you have to really, truly, honestly believe in what it is that you're doing. However, skepticism can be first of all, a lifesaver, sometimes literally, but hopefully mostly figuratively. And it can also be something that helps you reach your true, let's say, power and your true potential. And I will tell you exactly what do I mean by this. So, initially, let's mention safety. Safety reasons, especially in today's day and age, when we are constantly bombarded from every single side, due to internet, of course, a big blessing, also a big curse. So we are all being bombarded by all of these different, like ideas and gurus and schools and techniques and like try this and try that, and like there is a sea of people out there offering their wisdom and their service, right? So it is difficult to kind of know, okay, so who can I trust, who can I believe? And this is where skepticism can actually be of help. Please understand skepticism as let's say critical thinking, as questioning the information that you come in contact with. So skepticism can actually help you differentiate between what is really good and useful for you personally and what is not good for you personally, or maybe even generally, who knows. But my main point stands. If you approach in this field, and mind you, I would have to say in this field, especially like with the rise of, the gurus everywhere, you really kind of have to think about it, like you really have to take pretty much everything with a grain of salt. And think about your own way, about how you actually deeply feel about something. And yeah, question the things that you hear, question the written material that you come across, like books, especially question gurus, question me, like question everything, just to kind of see, like, is this really aligned with me? Is this really something that I feel safe with? Generally, I would say that if you have even the slightest, let's say, bad feeling, like an inkling that something is a little bit off, you are probably right. And I'm not saying that, like that means that, like the source that you came up upon or the person that you came upon are necessarily, like bad news. I'm not saying that. It could just be that something is simply not working with you personally. So you can save the time and energy and then simply switch to something else that basically feels more aligned. Which leads me to our second point of how skepticism can be good for you in the spiritual and magical practice, and that is discovering your personal power and empowering yourself in the most efficient way. So if you listen to your inner calling, if you listen to and follow, allow yourself to feel certain skepticism and actually derive the information from that, you will likely, okay, there is always room, like for something else happening, but chances are that you will simply learn to trust and follow your own logic, your own critical thinking, and your own intuition, which are all very important. And they are equally as important in your manifestation and magical practices. And this is basically gonna lead you to choose different things that really feel aligned with you. And like the things that feel aligned with you personally are the things that are gonna work the best for you, again, personally. And I'm pretty sure that so far you actually have heard of this. We know of so many different, like manifestation techniques and strategies. You have maybe, like, if you dabbled a little bit in magic, you know of all different kinds of magic and rituals and stuff like that. And you yourself maybe already know, like, oh, I especially enjoy doing this, let's say candle rituals, fire rituals. Yeah, but I'm really bored, like I'm very, very bored with anything that kind of has to do, like with excessive writing and stuff like that. You should not insist that you must follow something just because it's, let's say, hip or in, or because it worked for, I don't know, Anna or me or somebody else. If you personally feel like certain practice is boring to you, then it's just not gonna work for you. And you're free to trust that feeling. Like that's actually good. That's good. And also, if you kind of start from the point of view of, like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit skeptical. So again, understand it as critical thinking, understand it as, I'm gonna observe a little bit, like kind of see what's going on and how I feel about this. So if you start from that point of view, you will be naturally inclined to learn more about certain things. So learn more about certain manifestation techniques, learn more about certain magical rituals, and so on and so forth. So basically, the more information that you have about something, this is literally something that is gonna give you more power, for the lack of a better word, in the future. And honestly, I have seen that some of the most skeptical people, that I have personally encountered, and I encountered many. So when they would kind of, like talk to me, they would like aim to ask me all of these questions because they're probably searching for something to, like grab and be like, aha, you see, like that doesn't apply, that doesn't work. So basically they're trying to see me at fault, right? But like they dig, and then they're like, okay, so wait a minute, maybe, like if I do try and apply some of these things, let's see what's gonna happen, and they start doing something from a point of a person that is so well educated on a subject, and like their results are magnificent, quick, instant, whereas I honestly did lose a lot of my time, like trying this and trying that, and like doing a whole bunch of like different things and insisting that I followed this person or that person, or generally like I had a period of time when I was pretty much lost. And then like all of a sudden this person that didn't believe a single word that I like said or believed in, all of a sudden they're achieving these amazing things. So yeah, that's kind of like my viewpoint. That's something that I've personally seen, to a certain degree also experienced myself, because like I said, I had a moment when I was kind of like all over the place, and then I really felt this need, like wait a minute, like let's go back a couple of steps. Let's actually think about this, even like scientifically, like how a scientist would approach it. And I did discover that helped me a lot to differentiate and to honestly just even accept, like, okay, just because something is working for XYZ, it's perfectly fine if it doesn't work for me. And it doesn't mean that the experience of XYZ is not legitimate. It just, we are different people. So it's perfectly fine if something works for them, but it doesn't work for me. So yes, I really tried to use, like that healthy dose of skepticism to help me equip myself and stay safe. Honestly, stay safe in the sea of information that we are basically surrounded with. So yeah, that's basically my take on it. What do you guys think? Especially if you are, let's say, extremely skeptical about, manifestation, spirituality, and magic. How would you, like explain this approach? Do you think that this is something like, would you ever consider, like dabbing into something just to kind of, like let's say prove spirituality right or wrong, and what do you think is gonna happen? And of course, for all of you who are actually in the world of spiritual manifestation and magic, share your thoughts with me. Like maybe this is like, I highly doubt that I said anything new, let's be honest, but maybe you simply use different words to describe something. But yeah, let's talk about this, because bottom line, however you decide to call it, skepticism or just like common sense, if you will, I think that this is one of the important things to talk about now and to shed some light on. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Again, if you did like this video, you know the drill. I mean, like it, maybe subscribe or consider subscribing. And yeah, I honestly care about your comments, so please leave a comment and share with me what you think. And until the next time, bye. Although I'm not gonna be this cute next time, so sorry. Bye.